First, the TikToker. And now we have a politician, you guys, who is being accused of being a homewrecker, destroying a marriage, destroying a family, wrecking a family, and obviously going to court over it. Like, my goodness, you guys, I don't even understand. I don't know how many times I have to say it. You know, sometimes bad behavior, it's just not worth it. It's not worth the cost, like, at all. Okay? It really isn't. I just think. Yeah, I'm laughing at the person responsible. Okay, first time I talked about something like this, we were talking about a TikToker. Today, you guys, we were talking about Kristen Cinema, and she is being sued. There is a 16-page lawsuit. I find it to be interesting. I can't wait for this to go to court, and it was something that definitely needed to be discussed, and if nowhere else, at least here with me on the channel of Pocket Politics and Moral Finance. Go ahead, subscribe if you haven't already. You like how I did that? It was just kind of flowed really nicely, didn't it? Hit the notification bell so that way you guys never miss an episode whenever they are uploaded. Definitely, you guys follow me on the TikTok page so that way we can grow the numbers there as well. I definitely want to be able to grow the reach, grow the audience, and engage in these types of conversations because they're entertaining. It is a lot of fun. They're very entertaining, and I do think there's something really fascinating about talking about how bad behavior has some serious financial consequences. And of course, that's what we are doing today. So let's go ahead and let's do that. Let's talk about Kristen Sinema, who is the infamous politician who I don't think she's running for re-election again. Obviously, she was running for Arizona. I don't know if she's going to do that again this time around. With this story that just broke, she better not. I don't think it's going to work out in her favor because she is being accused, okay? It's obviously alleged. Everything is alleged here unless it's found to be the case in the courts. But allegedly, she broke up a 14-year marriage, okay? She was having an affair, allegedly, with her security. Now, apparently, the person who was the head of the security team, he also resigned because he had suspicions that she was having affairs, not with one, but with multiple security on her security detail. My goodness, if that's true. Like, I know I saw that episode in an episode of Major Crimes. You all found out that there was this woman sleeping with a bunch of different people. She was breaking up marriages, and she didn't care about one guy over the other. She was just doing what she wanted to do. You got to be some kind of female to just go through all these men, not care about their families, not care about their marriages, and just go through them like that and not even give a damn. But that's what they're alleging happened. Allegedly, the affair started back in 2023. I have some of my notes here. But yeah, they're alleging, the wife's alleging that the affair started back in 2023, and it started in North Carolina. Now, why is North Carolina so significant in this whole thing? You guys are like, well, what difference does it make if it started in Carolina or if it started in Arizona, the state that she represents? Like, what difference does that make? Well, it matters because, you guys, there are 7 states in the State of the Union that actually have a law like this. And the law is called, the alienation of affection. Okay, 7 states, North Carolina being one of them. Now, like I talked to you guys about with the TikToker. Now, for those of you who have not seen that video, maybe because you're new to the channel, definitely go and watch the video where I talked about that TikToker who was being sued by the ex-wife. Now, if the wife of this security man is supposed to win, she's going to get $25,000 and some punitive damages. Now, in her own statement, she was making it clear that she wants to hold Cinema responsible because she did this. According to the 16-page lawsuit, Cinema was handsy with him in front of her, that they would have these, so-called work trips that turned into personal trips. She would give him gifts, like going to concerts and things of that nature. And so she was just obviously trying to, seduce this man away from the wife. Like, that's what the wife is alleging in this 16-page lawsuit. And so if all of what this wife is saying is true, and she's got corroborating evidence coming from the head of the security team saying that he resigned because he felt like she was on some, Jezebel nonsense, well, then she's got backup, not only her own claims, but that there were text messages as well. So we've got text messages. We've got, witnesses. There's a lot here with this lawsuit that's coming against Cinema. That's probably why she's not going to run for re-election. No comment from either Cinema or from the ex-husband. But here's the thing. It's going to cost Cinema $25,000 plus. Now, obviously, if she's a politician, she's worth millions. Politicians, they go to office in the federal government and they end up worth millions. Obviously, we know why, we know how. We're not here to talk about that. We are here to talk about the fact that if she loses, she's going to be asked out of this money. Now, it's not so much just about talking about Cinema because, like I said, there is this similarity between the Cinema situation and that TikToker. You are going to be now. Why she's only getting 25,000 is just ridiculous to me. If a TikToker who is not nearly as known as a politician is going to be charged with over $1 million, with the settlement is going to be found over $1 million. Why is that not the case even with Cinema when you know damn well she's probably worth it? I believe if you're worth it, if they have that number, if that is their net worth, then now you should be charging what you know their net worth can handle. And she's a federal politician. I know damn well this woman can afford more than $25,000 from me. The punishment does not fit the problem here. The punishment does not fit the crime. In this case, it's, what is it? The alienation of affection, or colloquially referred to as the Homewrecker statute. I love that. I just freaking love it. Absolutely love it. And again, you have to decide whether or not, first off, if you're going to be one of these women who are going to be trying to steal husbands away from their wives, or be the be the man who steals the wife from another man, you should be checking to find out if the state you are in, because I'm not going to find out just because I don't care to know. I don't need to know. And I'm not even trying to help the people who want to break up marriages out. You can do the research, you're lonesome. Find out if the state that you are in has this law, because you could be sued for tens of thousands to possibly even millions of dollars for breaking up a family, for the alienation of affection, for the homewrecker statute. You could be found guilty by a jury of peers who find that you should be paying out a settlement because you decided to behave immorally. I hope the sex with this man, Cinema, was worth it, okay? Because not only is it costing you in dollars, it's costing you your reputation. And this could be the reason for why she's not even running for re-election. No, you don't have something like this happen and you're just not running for re-election because I think it's time for me to leave. Yeah, I believe that about for the same reason why Tim Walz is not running for office anymore. Oh, it's because it's time for me to leave. No, it's because something dirty about you came out, and obviously this is not going to help you win the election, so you might as well just say you're not running. This is that story. This is it for Cinema. This is it right here. Okay? Now, it's not, again, about the politics of it, whether you agree with them, disagree with them. No, this is you allowed your lust, allegedly, to cost you your career and your reputation and tens of thousands of dollars. Was it worth it? Should you be starting to say to yourselves, people, I think if you're the woman or the man that thinks it's okay to break up the marriage, you might want to find out if the state that you're in has a homewrecker statute, because you might be the reason, like that TikToker, you might be the reason for why that marriage broke up. I don't care if I voted for them or not. Every last one of you are going to be suspicious to me just because you're the federal government. So already my bias is kicking in. I already don't trust Cinema because you're a politician. Okay? You're a politician. That's enough for me. I'm already ready to agree with the wife and believe the wife because she's not the politician. Why would she lie? Why would she lie? But, she's trying to get money. Money's a motivator. She's angry with her husband. Maybe, obviously it's a 14-year marriage. If not for other reasons, you being the reason, Cinema, I can believe that you would be the reason if this is your behavior. Okay, that lawsuit is saying that you were handsy with her in front of her. You were handsy with her husband in front of her. That you wanted to bring drugs for a psychedelic experience. That if the head of security who resigned is telling the truth, then he's a witness to your tendencies, for lack of a better phrase, okay? That you were willing to prioritize your lust and break up homes, break up marriages, have no respect for their marriages, for their marriage vows. You had no respect for boundaries. She's not running for re-election. This could be very much the reason for why she's not running for re-election. And again, for those of you who think that this is a good idea to break up marriages, to break up homes, I don't care if you're the woman doing it, if you're the man doing it, okay? You don't get to do that. You don't get to do that and think that there's not going to be any kinds of consequences. See, the man who does it or the woman who does it, there's things like alimony they have to pay out. But what about the mistress or the mister, right? The woman who cheats on her husband, she's now forced to pay alimony. I think that's something now, obviously not in all divorces, alimony doesn't happen. That's actually very rare. But when it does, I think if the wife who's got the money cheats on her husband, he should get alimony. Versa versa. If the man who cheats on his wife and the wife leaves, she should get the alimony. I feel like that's fair. You need to suffer for the consequences of cheating on your spouse. This is that. Okay? But now, he's not the only one. She's not the only one. There's a participant in this. Someone participated in this. being a national law, number one, I think this is going to get people to think twice, because now there will be no state of the union that a homewrecker could go and feel protected. That's number one. Number two, for the 7 states that have them, North Carolina obviously being one of them, I think they are awesome for having this law, because now that everybody knows, especially because this is such a high-profile case, it wasn't like what happened with the TikToker. Now, people might have been asking that question, but it wasn't a big deal for a lot of people. It wasn't all over them. It was, like for my viewers here on Pocket Politics on that channel, it's, you guys didn't know about it, right? Because it was a TikToker. It was a TikToker, so it really didn't mean anything. But honestly, it did, and that's why I talked about it then. And I think it has more meaning now because this is involving a politician. And this 16-page lawsuit, I think this is, saying a lot. This is saying a lot, okay, about the character of Sinema and what she thought was worth it, because now it's going to cost her $25,000 plus punitive damages. And I hope it was. And clearly it wasn't, because if the head of security guy was saying something serious and true, like if what he's alleging is true, then this whole lawsuit, everything that you're going through would have been for naught, because it wasn't worth it, because he wasn't worth it if he wasn't the only one you were sleeping with. So you're going through all of this. It's costing you your reputation. It's costing you your career in politics because of a man who wasn't even worth it. It's like, yo, was it really that important to you to sleep with a married man, to be a Jezebel, to be flirting with him in front of his wife, handsy, flirting, sending sexy, smutty text messages, asking to have drugs so you can have psychedelic experiences together, paying for gifts? All of this is alleged in the lawsuit that is 16 pages long, and none of it is worth it if she wasn't sleeping with only this one man. And if they're not even together now, then what the hell was the point? Was it really worth it? Like, people, we have to get smart. Was this worth it, woman? Was it? Was it worth costing you your reputation, your money, your career, what women say they care so much about? And look at what it's costing you. Look at what this immoral act is costing you. See, it seems to me that immoral activity, especially the ones that are very obvious, like, I don't know, sleep with a married man, quite obvious that's wrong, cost you. It costs. And I fully support the homewrecker statute. I think it should be everywhere. And for those of you who like being homewreckers, you should find out if the state that you're in actually has one of those statutes, because I guarantee you the wives, they're going to find out. And if they find out, it's not just the husbands that are going to suffer the consequences. It's also going to be you, the mistress. Whether you're the male mistress or the man mister. Like, I don't know. I want to call you the mistress because obviously that's not what you are. But gigolo is really the word that they call the men version of the mistress, right? Like, that's what you would be in the eyes of the courts. They could just decide that. Do you want to be that person? I don't know. It costs money. It costs money. Costs your reputation. Costs you money. And it can cost you your career. And you have to decide whether or not that's actually going to be worth it. A 16-page lawsuit, possible $25,000 plus punitive damages, costing your career and your reputation. Yeah, no, I don't think this was worth it, Sinema. I really don't think that it was. And if, like I said earlier, if the head of the security guy is true, he's telling the truth about your relationships with other security officers there, with other security men, then clearly this one man wasn't worth everything that you're about to lose. I love the homewrecker statute. I think it's amazing. I think it should be nationwide. I don't think that this president is the one that's going to do it. It's not because I don't like him. I actually love the guy. I love the orange man, but we know his history. So, he may not. Come on, his ex-wife was in the First Wives Club. I mean, come on. I just feel like he ain't the one to get it done. But I do think that this is a great clause. I think by having laws like this on the book is going to get men and women, but I think for a lot of men, it's going to be mostly about the women. But I think it's going to get both men and women to think twice before they engage in this type of behavior. Do you really want to lose absolutely everything because it was so important for you to break up a marriage? It's like, makes you think. It does make you think, like, yo, Jennifer Aniston really could have gone after Angelina Jolie if LA had one of these laws. Think about it, right? I think that it should be encouraged. I think that we need to start seeing more policies like this that are going to encourage the best behavior out of our fellow Americans and not enable the worst. Clearly, a homewrecker statute might actually bring down the amount of time someone breaks up a marriage. Like I said in the episode about the TikTok lady, I was talking to you guys about Ariana Grande. That wife, but it happened in LA, so she won't be able to do it. Maybe not. I don't even know. Maybe they do have one and we just don't know about it. Maybe that wife should find out. She should find out if she has a case against Ariana Grande. Clearly, that woman is worth the money. We know she's got it. She got it. She got it. She could find out. I feel like we need more laws like this because you'll have less Angelina Jolie's and Ariana Grande's. You'll have less of that TikToker lady and less behavior coming like this from cinema, allegedly. We shall see. So get in the comment sections, you guys. Let me know. How do you feel about the homewrecker clause? I really want to know what you think about this because I think it's fantastic. And do you think that it should be a federal law? Never mind the barrier with President Trump. Just, do you think it should be federal? I think it should be federal. Let me know in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel, and guys, if you haven't already, subscribe to both Pocket Politics and to the channel of Moral Finance. Like this video. Share this video. That'd be awesome. But also, guys, follow me on TikTok because I do want to grow the following there. I am trying to, grow the audience. Trying to reach that younger generation. I do want to be able to help with Gen Zers as well. They may not have accumulated as much debt as millennials and Gen Xers. And so if I can show them how to live a life without having to accumulate so much or go too far into debt, then that's what we want to be able to do. Let's help as many people as we possibly can. So definitely follow me on TikTok and let's grow the numbers there as well. So love you guys. I will talk to you later. God bless. And of course, because it's me, Kapla.